Hello, I'd like to welcome you all to our Tuesday 1:30 p.m. session with Chenelyn, where she'll be doing a DC Community Gardens live demo for us today. Thank you all so much for attending. The WildTech DC Senior Digital Equity Program, its owners and presenters offer technical assistance, virtual health, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on the info on any apps or topics made by WildTech, including but not limited to mobile device applications, and any social media pages maintained by WildTech, its owners, or presenters as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. Thank you so much for letting me read the disclaimer. If you cannot see us, hear us, or see the screen, please let us know in the chat. Let's make sure to keep our TVs and cell phones in mind. And as always, I encourage you all to take notes and or screenshots so you could review the information for later. But again, this session will be on our YouTube channel so you can review and rewind as much as you'd like. Chenelyn, if you could introduce yourself and your topic for today. Thank you so much for coming on, and the floor is yours.
Right, happy Tuesday, everyone. So glad to be back again. And today's session, we are going to be focusing on the community gardens here at Turkey Thicket. And as you all know from previous sessions, there are many different community gardens that you can get involved in or get fresh produce, which we'll share again at the end of the session. But last time we viewed this community garden, it was in the fall, and so we were closing shop, and not a lot of the plots had a lot of things growing because folks here don't always participate in the fall season. But we began our spring season, and folks have started planting different things since probably February. The spring season ends on June 21st, and then we'll have summer season, but that does not necessarily mean that you have to plant, the summer crops or the spring crops right away, depending on the calendar season. We are zone 7 here in DC. So it can be a little bit milder. So, you don't have to plant your tomatoes right when summer begins. You can wait a little bit because it's still warmer temperatures until, end of September. So I'm just going to go around and show you some of the plots that have things in it. We began our group cleanups over the past few weekends, so the grounds are looking really lovely and everyone has a lot of things happening. So first I'm going to share my screen, and then just let me know if you can see outside. Okay. All right, let me know if you all can see what's.
Do you need to share your screen to have your camera flipped, or?
It is flipped. Hold on, let me stop and just share the whole thing. There we go.
Okay,
Can you all see
you're
it?
you're good. Oh my
Okay,
goodness,
great.
it's so clear. We love it.
All right, so it is raining a little bit, so I'm going to try to move quickly. All right, so as mentioned, we are in the spring season, and folks did start planting probably after the first frost, which was probably maybe the end of February, early to mid-March. And if you all remember, that's a great time to plant your leafy greens. And so I want to show you one of our members' plots that participates year-round gardening, and she has quite the variety of leafy greens.
I love the lay of the land, Chenelyn. Can you talk about again where you're at?
Oh,
You said you're at Turkey Thicket right now?
yes, we're here at Turkey Thicket in Ward 5. And this is our small but mighty community garden. And so this is a perfect example of a spring plot where this gardener has chosen to do lots of leafy greens. We have Swiss chard, and we have lettuce, red and green lettuce. And then she also grew snow peas and some lovely flowers and marigolds. So this is a perfect spring plot where she could probably start harvesting her lettuce now if she wanted to, or wait until the end of the season. But folks have now started to do some summer crops because it's going to take a while to grow. And mostly folks have done tomatoes here. So let's start from the edge and then work around. Oh, really quick. Oh, we have a fellow gardener here. Oh, we have, oh, what a treat, everyone. Let me
Oh,
share my camera back to me. We have one of our gardeners here that's actually planting. Say hello, Vanessa. This is the Wilderness Tech Alliance Senior iPad program. This is one of our gardeners, Vanessa.
Good afternoon.
oh, let's all say hello to Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi,
Hi,
Vanessa.
Hi.
Looking good, girl, out there planting.
Hi,
Oh,
Vanessa. You are in for a treat today. Vanessa is actually planting some crops in her plot, and she can demonstrate to you all how it's done in terms of the depth and what we do here. So please watch Vanessa.
I have what I think is an eggplant, okay? I got some of the seedlings all confused, but remembering what the master gardener over at Edgewood rooftop garden, how he does it, we normally dig maybe an inch or so, an inch to 2 inches in the soil at a slant. This soil is kind of, it's not the best soil on this location, but anyway.
It's okay.
And we take it out of the little pot where we have.
And really quick, just a rule of thumb, if you're just confused, you can also use this as a measuring tool, and you can go with just as far down as the length of.
And if you see right here, we just pull it out gently out of the tray, and we put it in the soil. We just dig it enough so the top can and below can get into the soil. This should be at the top of the soil when you put it in the hole.
All right.
Okay.
Starting to rain, so we're just going to put it inside the hole that Vanessa's dug up. And like I said, a rule of thumb is you can use the length of the spade.
And so I will set it in the hole, and I will only put enough soil to get to the top. I won't make it really, really deep. And then I will water it. Okay. And I'll pray and ask God to give the growth.
Hey, thanks for sharing, Vanessa. Okay.
So if
Thank
you
you, Miss Vanessa.
want to come and see what happened to my eggplant, feel free to come and see the basil and the eggplant and the.
Oh, hey, Chenelyn, you muted herself by accident.
All right, great. Thanks, all. So that was a wonderful surprise. So let's start from the
Thank you,
corner
Chenelyn.
here. It's starting to rain, so I don't want my laptop to get soaked, but all right, so here we are. We have this other gardener who has started her tomatoes from seedlings, and this is a really cool way that she, instead of using kind of those metal circle containers, she did a natural two-pronged wood with a string weave. And then because of the cooler temperatures, she has decided to cover her ground with plastic just to retain the heat and so that cold doesn't get in, because we still have temperatures going into like maybe I think the low to mid 50s, upper 60s. So that's what the red covering is for. So this one's really nice. Again, she utilized the spring crop, which is the snow peas, the pea pods. These are plots that need to be signed. And this gardener is still if they don't have anything in their plot, they're waiting in the spring. Oh, and this is my garden plot here.
Oh my goodness, Chenelyn. It's so beautiful.
So these are my perennials, which means they come back every year. And I have two different kinds. This is my alliums, which is kind of like part of the onion family. You can eat the florals and the stems, and they kind of have a similar taste to a light onion. And then these green things with the light purple pinkish flowers are fire witch, and they come back every year. And it's nice because they just add a pop of color to my plot. And this year I'm doing 2 different varieties of cherry tomatoes. They were given to me by my plot buddy. And then Vanessa, whom you met, went over to the veggie giveaway at Letterer Community Garden and Eckington. And these are my Ichiban eggplants. And for those who don't know, there are Japanese kind of eggplants that are elongated. So they're particularly long, not short and stubby. And then I have my strawberries from previous seasons, and these were just a leftover. A couple years ago, this whole plot was just strawberries and it was really nice. And so these are just the leftover remaining from the newer batch. After a while, the strawberries get smaller and smaller. And so they only last for several seasons. So then you'll need to pull them out. What I like to do with my eggplant is I like to pound them so they're a little bit lighter and then a little bit thinner, and then dip them in scrambled egg and pan fry them. And they're great for soups and everything too. Oh, by a show of hands, who likes eggplants?
In Zoom, raise your hand in Zoom if you have cooked with eggplants, like eggplants.
Oh, that's great. Quite a few. Oh, fabulous.
I love that idea, Chenelyn. That sounds delicious.
Yes.
Okay, we had about 3, 4 hands.
Oh, okay, great.
Mhm.
And so another winter plant that folks are probably going to harvest within the end of this month or early June are onions. I mean garlic. And so they do really well here too. And recall our gardening seasons, garlic was one of the ones that you plant during bulb season time in the winter, and then you harvest them in the spring, late spring. So like here is one that's all garlic. So this gardener usually does garlic every winter, and they'll be ready to pull out maybe in like another 3 weeks. This one started some lettuce. We're kind of okay. Ooh, and her marigolds. And then this gardener has decided to do an array of different flowers. So it's really interesting. They have things labeled here, which is really nice. This is like a sort of a dahlia. So the 3 in the middle are dahlias. I love it when they label them, so when people come visit the community garden, they can see what they are. These are Cosmos Sunsets.
What is that?
Zinnia. And then this gardener always does flowers as well. This was irises. So they're starting to, you can see here, they're starting to bud. So they'll come out and it'll be really pretty to see what color they are. So she has quite a few buds. So these will be really pretty and add a nice pop of color to the grounds. Oh, that's our playground. So we had some questions. The soil looks rather dry. It depends on the plot. Some folks haven't watered because they know they know that it's going to rain today, so they have chosen not to water. Like here's a soil that looks really wet, so it looks like they've probably watered it sometime yesterday, today. And folks do put nutrients and things throughout the gardening season.
Chenelyn, Anna
Like,
asked, is it too late to plant onions and garlic? You just mentioned about.
yes, it is. It is. You'll want to put those in like November, like after the winter. I mean, sorry, after the fall season, September. Sorry, October, November. So some of the soil looks, but I also think it just hasn't been watered. But when we're getting a lot of rain today, so folks probably haven't watered their plot knowing it was going to rain today. Oh, so these are traditionally the cages that I was telling you about that people use for tomatoes. If we don't want to use the natural one, like the plot over next door did with the wooden stakes and the free flow string. And these are rosemary bushes that have just grown. They've been in the community garden, I think, for 3 to 4 years. So, I mean, they're massive. And then this is a sunflower, to be determined what color it will be, if it will be the yellow or the orange one. So things are just kind of sprouting up right now. So it'll be really pretty to see everything. The gardeners did a really good job cleaning. So let me just stand here by the table and give you a, from the start, that's the corner. And people will be planting a lot more throughout the season. You can leave it open. So that is it. So you can see that some folks are just still, most of the majority of the folks are just waiting for summer to start to do the summer planting. There was very few that did spring planting, and 2 folks did the winter planting with the garlic bulbs. I'm gonna go back into the shed because it's really starting to rain.
Yes.
Oh
Oh
my
my
goodness.
goodness.
Let's just see how it's getting wet here. Oh my goodness. Let me turn my camera around. Okay. Great. Hopefully you enjoyed that quick tour. Oh my gosh, it is coming down like crazy now.
Yes, you came on just in time.
Right. Oh my goodness. All right. Did anybody have any questions?
Yes, please raise your hands, share your questions in the chat. We love to hear from you and for you to be able to ask Chenelyn a question or have a comment or reaction to what you just seen. Again, any comments, reactions to the beautiful garden. It's so clean. I love the benches. It's so feng
Yes.
shui.
Yeah, it's really nice. Folks are allowed to come in. They're not allowed to pick from the plots or touch anything. But it's nice during when the weather was nice, that folks would come in and read their books, or they'd have their baby strollers and they'd rest on the bench and admire what people were growing. So it was really nice. And then this year, we're hopefully going to get our veggie giveaway that a couple of the gardeners are taking lead on in terms of growing things for a small giveaway here in the neighborhood. And yes, Miss Davis, you can plant cilantro now.
Mhm. Thank you again. Questions in the chat, comments in the chat. Please raise your hands. We love to hear from you all for any comments for the session so far. We got Ms. Brenda first. Thank you.
Hi, Chenelyn.
Hello.
Chenelyn, I noticed the first plot you showed, it had flowers growing with the green. So does the flowers have an effect on the taste, or yeah, I mean, what does the flowers do?
Well, the flowers are just for a benefication. This community
Oh,
garden, a lot of folks do a lot of vegetables, and so it's mostly just green. And so it's really nice when folks plant flowers, like irises. The one person did dahlias. It just adds a pop of color.
okay. One other question. I've never had fresh vegetables from the garden. So is the taste different from what you purchase at the store? Is there
Oh,
is there a difference?
that's a good question, Miss Brenda. Depending on what it is, I like to think that I do believe that it does taste the difference. The tomatoes are fresher. You're harvesting them right then and there.
Okay.
They're more flavorful, whereas some of our vegetables, come to us shipped from a lot more miles than what we'd want them to be. So
Right.
they've been in the truck. They're probably harvested right before they're ripe. So they're ripening, while they're on the shelves or
Okay.
transported to us. So that, it really all depends. And what do you all think? For me, I notice the tomatoes the most.
Oh, okay. Right.
I definitely agree with you, Chenelyn. I mean, I think farmers markets gets it pretty close to like the taste, and I love fruits and vegetables from there. It does taste fresher, but it doesn't beat like growing it yourself because
Mhm.
you put your love and you know exactly what's in it, and that's why I love the plots. It's just amazing how you said you had that whole plot of onions by itself, and it's just I was thinking if it was a whole garden, I'm assuming those onions would be all over the place, try to grow everywhere. So I love that idea as well. So thank you.
Yes, these are individual plots, and so as you could see from the size that uh, you can't yield too much, but if you utilize the space correctly, you can get 3 or 4. Now, if you're going to grow something larger like squash or um, zucchini, cucumber, those take up a lot of space. So, probably be best to just do 2 or 3 within the plot. But depending on what it is, if it can grow up, you can, plant a few things, variety in the plot.
Okay. Thank you.
Ew. Oh, thank you, Brenda, for sharing that question. I love it. That's a great question.
Thank you.
And Ms. Davis said, I agree. Yeah, just that food straight from the ground is different. We got Anne and then Yvonne next. Any other questions? Please raise your hands. We'd love to hear from you. Hey, Anne, how you doing?
Yes, Chenelyn. I was wondering, is it too late to plant strawberries?
It is, yeah, strawberry. Well, oh no, it isn't. Sorry, it's not. You could probably put them in now as your starters, but they're probably not going to yield any until the next summer.
Oh, okay.
So the first time
Yeah,
you
because
plant
I had
strawberries,
gotten some plants one time, and they were started, and I planted them and they were in a basket, a hanging basket, and they did grow, and I was able to eat them that year. So,
oh, that's great. Good, you got
hmm
some more budding.
yeah, So,
Yes.
and now, you said it's not good to plant watermelon now or later.
A watermelon's a summer crop, so
Okay.
you can go ahead and plant them. I would wait until summer where it starts to warm up a little bit more. I mean, our temperatures are still probably like in the 70s. If you have the starters, you can plant them now.
Okay. And zucchini and that type of thing.
Yes, I mean, you can plant all of those now if you want.
Cucumber and all the
But,
all.
if you wanted to wait until summer, like
Mhm.
the end of June, first, week in July 4th, that's totally fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
No
I
problem.
love the tour. The lady is so pleasant. She was looking like a little farmer lady.
Yes,
She reminded me of my neighbor. She used to have and my grandma, they used to have a garden, and each one of them would grow different things. And
yeah,
I
she
have
was
a little
super
small
sweet.
plot, and I had corn.
I love it.
Yeah, so we had corn. I had corn one year, and watermelon, and so we had a little group that used to. Most of them. I'm about the last one left now. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we have an amazing group of gardeners here. Everyone's so kind. And so we have, mandatory things that we have to do, like attend the fall and spring cleanups. But mostly everyone here just comes and tends to their garden plot when they're able to, if it's before
Mm-hmm.
or after work, or if you, work from home, or if you're a stay-home mom, they're able to come in the afternoon to check on things. But I think you can, I mean, I like to go early in the morning or early evening before sunset. So you can
Mm-hmm.
sometimes see your other fellow gardeners, but we know there are over 20, I think there's 27 plots here. So you may, not see all of them on a regular basis until you have the group events. So yes, I was surprised to see her today too. So it's great.
Well, I just enjoy you so much, and thank you for your gardening tips and um, saving my plants and all that good stuff. And I just love you. Thank you.
Thanks, Miss Anne.
Thank you, Anne, for sharing. Let us know if you have any other questions, okay? Thank you. We got another hand again. Any other questions, any other comments? We'd love to hear from you guys today. Thank you, Yvonne. I hope you're doing well.
I am. Thank you so much, Alex. And thank you, Chenelyn. I love gardening. Um, I didn't get my allium plants, bulbs in the ground. And I'm wondering if it's too late to plant the alliums. I heard you mention the allium. And I used to have a beautiful tulip planter. It allowed you to dig. It was not a tulip planter, it was a bulb planter. And I missed that. I think I misplaced it. I've got to get another one because it makes planting bulbs so much easier.
Mhm.
And so I wanted to get your response to my question about the allium plant and also primrose. I have some beautiful yellow plants coming up, and a friend gave me some primrose seedlings, and I think that's what I might be looking at, but I'm not quite sure that they are primrose. So thank you so much.
No, good question. I don't know about the primrose. I probably would just wait until like before 4th of July. But you can definitely plant your alliums now, but it's kind of raining. So I would probably wait until maybe mid-June. So don't forget, we're still in spring season. I think from a calendar year, summer officially begins on June 21st. So you can definitely wait until the end of June, even after the 4th of July weekend to do your summer planting.
Oh boy, so I can still plant the alliums.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's good to know. They're very pretty. And my peonies don't seem to be doing very well this year. It seems as if they're spent before they've even bloomed. And of course, I don't know what to do about the ants that they attract, but you might have a remedy for that as well.
Yeah, I don't think we have any here because we have to purchase some supplies. Recall we had a meet in another session we discussed you can get like natural insect
Yes,
that you can put in some of them come in spray bottles, or you can just purchase one of any type of nozzle. Doesn't have to be this size, it can be smaller. That you can there'll be instructions on it, but you can dilute it, and it's like an all natural insect killer that you can spray on the plant and then wipe it down.
Oh, that sounds like something. I prefer to go as natural as I can go.
I forgot what it's called. We don't have any here, or otherwise I'd show it to you. But these spray bottles are really nice to use, and then they can, yes. So
and one last question: do the gardeners purchase their own soil? Do they go to like Home Depot and buy soil, potting soil?
No, so when this community garden was I can't speak for the other community gardens, but this one had the soil in it. It wasn't always the best, but over time, when we first started, we bought 2 bags of soil for everyone. And they're allowed to also bring their own soil too. Topsoil is what mostly people use because they're not planting like deep into the plot. But over the years, people's plots have wonderful dirt.
I see.
Taking care of it and certain nutrients that they put in it and the cover crops during the winter time. And so some of these plots have really rich really, really rich soil.
And as a natural soil fertilizer, what would you recommend, Chenelyn?
Oh, they have things like anything that says natural, you can do like Shenandoah has this really nice natural compost that's made from various vegetables and leaves, and it's like a compost. And that's really nice too. I believe it's called like a Shenandoah. Oh, I forgot what it's called. I know it has Shenandoah in it. It's a topsoil that provides additional nutrients when you're planting the plot. But as long as it's made from, I'm researching it here. So it's called Shenandoah potting soil. And then they also have topsoil. And it's really nice. It's mixed with leaves, chunky topsoil mixed with composted leaves, resulting in a blended soil for your plots or for your garden. And it's really nice. But there's all different kinds you can use. That's what we predominantly get at this garden. But if you get any type of natural compost, it will work just as fine.
Thank you so much.
And don't forget, I think it was another session where some of you all had great tips, where some of you were putting your orange peels or your coffee grinds in the pots as well. And so that helps too. The coffee grinds are really good. So don't throw your coffee grinds away. You can sprinkle a few on top of your on your plants, and when you're watering it, it'll just decompose down, and it's a good natural nitrogen fertilizer.
I do that with my coffee grinds already, and sometimes eggshells as well, or egg water.
Yes, fabulous. Yeah, eggshells was another one that you all did on your own at your places.
All right.
That's a really good one too.
Thank you, Chenelyn. Thank you, Alex.
Oh, thank you so much, Yvonne. I love it. You guys are asking some great questions. And Miss Davis, those questions that you're asking, literally someone asked at the same exact time, which I love. So I hope we were able to answer those for you. For the natural substances, yes, Chenlyn did a spring cleanup session with us. So make sure you check that out on our YouTube channel. It did have a lot of great tips from you all. But things like if you want to repel bugs, it says here eucalyptus, peppermint, thyme, cedarwood, garlic, basil, lavender, and marigolds also. If you prefer something more liquidy, vinegar and soap solutions. And it says diatomaceous earth as well. So there are many things that you can use as a natural method to get those bugs and insects away. So I hope that's helpful.
Right.
Any other questions? Please raise your hand. We love to hear from you. Thank you, Miss Marie, for sharing. What would you like to ask or share? Make sure you hit unmute in the middle, okay?
Hello, my name is Tanina. I'm Miss Marie's daughter, and I've been gardening for about 4 or 5 years now in DC. I have a small plot in my backyard, and I was just going to bring forth what you just said about why some of them might have had flowers in their plots, because marigolds are supposed to repel certain insects and bugs. So I was going to just share that, but you already chimed in with that.
Oh my, we're just all thinking alike today, aren't we?
Oh yeah, and see, I started my garden because I was tired of going to the doctor and they keep saying you need to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables. And when you get things from the store, they turn bad so quickly. So hush. I said to myself, I have dirt and I have a yard, I'm gonna do my own. So mine has been a trial and error. Some years I yield a good crop, other ones I don't. But my daughter took it on when I had my hip surgery, and she was out there even testing the soil and knowing what to add to it. So we've added some bone meal and peat moss and of course manure. And when we added those things, we got a better crop as well. So even getting a little soil tester is good, because that way you'll know that you're putting what you need to put in your soil, because it'll tell you if the pH is low or high and things like that.
Oh, I love that, Miss Marie. You look like sounds like you got two super green thumbs.
I'm trying. And I'm not Marie. Marie's my mother. I'm her daughter, Tanina.
Yes,
Tanina,
yes.
thank you for sharing.
Sure.
for
I love this
sharing.
segment on gardening. Anytime they're talking about gardening, they're talking about gardening. So I come in and listen. And so
Well,
I
we
want to
thank
learn all the new
you.
tips. So thanks, guys, for listening.
It's
Thank
super
you so much.
therapeutic, gardening. And like I said, you don't have to start big. One of our earlier sessions, we talked about indoor gardening and how you can just start with a small pot, right? So I want to share some other little tools that you could have in your house. If you have if you have little containers like this, but when you get the big plastic container that has your oil in it, what you can do is you don't have to throw that right away, right? You can rinse it out, clean it out well with soap and hot water. Make sure all the soap, all the contents and stuff is gone, and you can cut it in half, and you can use that as a starter base where you can plant your herbs like your cilantro, your chives, your mint. But all it takes is something small like this just to start gardening. And then I wanted to show you some of the other if you have small plants or flowers that are kind of top side to one side and you want to use something to stand up, you can use these bamboo sticks, or you can just use a natural stick that you find outside, and you can just place it in and then tie it to help your plant stand up. And you can use string, but we use jute twine. I mean, you can use any string. This comes in green or just a natural beige color, but it is jute twine. And you may have seen this in some of the plots that they were using to hold up the plants, or kind of take two stakes and then do a ribbon back and forth to help the plant grow where you want. So these are just some basic things that you may have at your home already to help your plant stand up, or give it direction of how you want it to grow.
Anne shared used an old dishpan.
Oh, exactly. Nice. Yes.
I love that.
Right. So yeah, so then some other tools here that we have in the community garden that not a lot of folks utilize is sometimes they use these metal fences to put around their plots, or to provide a border, because we do get critters here. We get birds, and of course we get the squirrels. And so this kind of, people put this around their tomatoes, or I had a cover across my strawberries because all the birds and stuff would pick at them. But I didn't mind sharing with the critters. So so that's good. That's a good deterrence too if it's high. Oh, here's the oh, we did have a little bag. So, we have these all natural compost starter. That's a really good too, that you can put. This is another thing. We did have one bag. So what you can do with this is similar to what you can do with your coffee grinds, is when you're planting your new plant into your pot, you can just put it at the base before you put your plant in, or you can just sprinkle it around it. And then when you water it, it will dissolve and the nutrients will just melt down into your soil. And don't forget, it's not too late. If you still need to do your spring cleanup for your plants, it's not too late to, do those tips now until summer. So, and repotting your plants doesn't necessarily mean putting it into a bigger pot. If you want to keep it that same size, it just means to add nutrients to your plant containers.
Any other questions or comments for Chenelyn? What has been your favorite part of work in the gardens this year, 2025? How was the spring gardening compared to last year?
So last year, I think I just did beans, but this year I have a little bit of a variety. I mean, I've been looking for those Ichiban eggplants for a while, so I'm really excited to be growing those. And I haven't done tomatoes in a while because it really takes a lot of the nutrients from the soil. So I'm just excited to do two of my favorite things this year and looking forward to harvesting it. So, oh, it looks like it stopped raining, so that's good too. Yay. I think it's just planting things that I don't have to buy.
I love it, Chenelyn. Thank you so much. And just so you know, I know you're in Turkey Thicket in Ward 5, but in our daily email and in the chat here, I did share a link to DPR's official website for all the other community gardens here in DC. So can you speak a little on, hey, it doesn't matter what ward you're in, there is going to be a garden that you can do this yourself at, not just at Ward 5. Can you talk about that a little bit, looking at the list right here?
Yeah, so you can contact the garden manager or the person associated with the garden in your ward. I will say though that depending on the community garden, there could be a longer wait list.
And they mention that here on the website as well.
Right.
There's a couple of things going on with sometimes it can take a while before you get a plot, but there are some other options as well that they provided here that I
Right.
think was quite interesting. But there is one, at least one in every ward, and I see here Ward 8 has 4, Ward 7 has 6. It looks like right here. You mentioned Letterer Garden, so I see that right here. Amazing. Again, any thoughts on being able to do this in any ward?
I think it's a great program that DPR has done. I just wish that you didn't have to wait so long to get a plot. But so that's why, if you have some space where you live now and, you can go ahead and garden in, little pots around your house, take advantage of that. You don't need a lot of space to grow certain things. You can do like vertical gardening in your home. You're just going to make sure you have enough sunlight. So I do want to share with you though about the veggie giveaway that DPR Communal Farms does every day. I'm going to put the flyer in the chat. And if you have friends or family who are interested, oops, did I miss the chat? I'll have to expand this 1 moment. So feel free to check it out and share it with your friends and family. It's a really great resource. Just bring your own bags. It's for DC residents, no cost to DC residents.
I really enjoyed that session you did. You've been with us for so long. I love it, Channel. I remember that session you talked about those different free veggie giveaways in all the different locations. So please put that in the chat. We'd love to take advantage and share.
Oh yeah. Oh, I accidentally sent it to I accidentally sent it to Mr. Irvin directly. I'm showing it to everyone now. Yeah, please utilize this amazing resource that DPR does with these communal farms, and it's a great way to get vegetables that you normally wouldn't be able to get, or supplement the things that you buy now. So it's a great program. Please share it with your friends and family. It is weather pending, but it usually happens all the time. And so every Tuesday, it's Edgewood Rooftop Farm from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., which is in Ward 5. And then you have the Letterer Gardens. That's every Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And I believe that's Ward 7 or Ward 8. And then every Thursday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., it's at the Powell Communal Farms in Northwest. So it's nice that there's 3, centered in the city. So it's just, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. So please check it out. And for more information, you can go to that link, dprveggies.splashthat.com.
I love the flyer, Chenelyn. Thank you so much. If you want to save it, please make sure you guys utilize what we have went over in our different sessions. Again, depending on what you see, you can tap on again, if you're on your iPad, you can tap on the photo, image that comes up, GIF, and then now you have the photo. Okay, and with the photo, you can hold it with your finger, and then you can hit save image, and that's how you save the photo to your Photos app. So make sure you all save the photo and share it with your friends and family. Okay.
And
Um,
if you do go next time we meet, I would love to hear your experience with it. So yeah.
yes, take some pictures with your devices too. We love some good pictures. I was trying to find some good pictures for the session, so more pictures. I think Chandler would love to see that. We got Anne and then we got Miss Geraldine. Thank you. Again, any other questions or comments, reactions to the session today? We love to hear from you.
Well, Carolyn, I learned that a small plot can grow a lot.
Right. So true.
And have felt like I was living on a little small farm. I kept it up because it made me have good memories from childhood and my nana.
Aw.
She grew up on the farm and she missed it. And when we moved here, we had a lot of yard, but as people got older, you needed more steady stuff to roll stuff, and we had a uncle who was crippled, and so we put in a patio. But on the side, I have my flowers and roses. Last year I didn't do too much, but I'm hoping to plant some things this year, and I've got some things started. And I also used, those pans they give you when you're in the hospital to wash with. I had a lot of those in the basement, and I use them. I wash them every year. I start my plants in those.
Oh,
Hey,
So,
reduce, use, recycle, Anne. I love
yeah.
it.
hey,
So resourceful. Use a lot of different things in
yeah,
different.
you can, and a small trash can. I grew some. I started my tomato plants in a small trash can that was not suitable to be inside where you want people to be putting stuff in. And like the bathroom one or the bedroom one, and you get change up. They make good starter containers. I'm surprised Gracie isn't on here today because she could tell you about
Oh.
she's growing a whole garden, a whole farm on her patio on her at her apartment. So she's taught me a lot of things too. But so I just love seeing you. Every time I see you, I get happy.
You
Oh.
are so sweet, Miss Anne. I enjoy seeing you too. You always give the best tips. I'm never I'm going to look at those bedpans from the hospital in a whole different way.
Yeah, scrub them up, disinfect them, and Lysol them, and then you fit to go. And we put them away for the next year.
They allowed you to take them?
Man.
Yeah, they give them to you now. I don't know.
Okay.
We used to, I was in the hospital so much the last 2 years, so I had plenty of them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so
Next
much, Anne.
time
We
you'll have to
appreciate
demonstrate
you.
for us how you do it.
Okay. No
Yes.
problem.
Our next session, we should maybe do mini demonstrations that we all want to share with each other.
Oh, that sounds so fun. I'll see what we can do. I know we're gonna chat because we still have a few months of the year left. So that can definitely be something if you guys are interested in. Again, I know you showed up and showed out for those propagations. So I'm hearing I'm doing a garden here, doing a garden here. So we definitely love to have a senior garden showcase. So
Yeah, that'd be
keep that,
fun.
yeah, keep that in your heads, you guys, and just take those pictures, okay? You don't got to do too much. If you take some pictures and things of that nature, we can we can work with that. Yes, no, Gracie's here. Yes, we'd love to hear from you if you'd like. And then Miss Sandra said, I have a garden in my backyard every year. I know that's right, Miss Sandra.
Wow. See,
You guys have such green thumbs. I
I
love it.
know. I never knew that we had some bona fide gardeners here.
All right. Again, any other questions or comments? We love to hear from you before we end for today. Time flies when you're having fun.
I know.
We got Geraldine next. Thank you so much for your
Uh,
patience.
yeah, you're welcome. Hi, Chenelyn. Glad to see you again. But
Yes, thank you,
yeah,
Ms. Geraldine.
but listen, I have an update. You know, from the celery I was trying to
Right.
grow. Well, the thing is, it died. So yeah, but I didn't give up. I went and planted another one. Now, what happened is I planted the other one, and I don't know if I have enough roots, but I thought I saw some roots. So I went ahead and put it in soil. So
Right.
it's in soil now. So I have it in a pot. Now,
Okay.
I'm just hoping I had enough roots so that it'll grow. But it looks okay, but I have to water it every day. Am I doing right? I water it every day.
Yeah, it's got to keep the soil moist.
Yeah, so I'm watering it every day, and I have it in the sun, and it's in the house. But I'm keeping it in the house because I want to watch it. But I
Right.
know I'll have to put it outside eventually. If it takes root and it really grows, I'm going to put it outside.
Okay, yeah, but you're fine too, just leaving it in the container that it is. Is it in direct sun?
It's in direct sun.
Maybe try moving it to indirect sun for the time being.
Indirect. Okay. Okay. Okay.
That's
Do I need?
amazing. I'm so glad you tried it
Oh,
again.
you were so
You're
happy
so
sharing that,
fun.
Geraldine. You put a
It,
smile on my face.
yeah. Well, yeah. It looks okay so far, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it'll grow. If it doesn't grow, I'm gonna try it again.
Okay, yeah.
I love that, Geraldine. You got to try again. When it doesn't work one time, you got to try again and keep going and keep doing. So I love that, Geraldine.
Send a photo so we can see next time.
Okay, I'll take a photo. That's what I'll do. Okay.
Oh yeah, Geraldine shared that photo of the first attempt. So you
It
know.
looked really good. I mean, I saw like it was like what 2 or 3 of them growing, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, I'll take a photo of this one for our
I mean, that was
session.
enough for a little. That was enough for a little snack right there with peanut butter.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so
Okay.
much, Geraldine. Let me know. Let me know what's going on. Okay. Let us.
Okay, I'll let you know.
All righty.
Okay.
I let you guys putting smiles on faces. Thank you so much. Hey, Gracie. Well, you know, you
Hi.
came up as the master gardener up in here. So
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
love.
heard.
yeah.
I know.
Oh,
Thank
well,
you
you
so
know, I'm
much.
like the girl. And like I said, my father had a half-acre garden. He grew everything we ate when we were children, watermelons, you name it, it was there. And so when I came up here, I continued the flowers and so forth. But then I have a patio now. So I bought the raised Chenelyn, I bought the raised gardens for the patios. So I got 2 of them. I'm
Mm.
trying them first time this year. I used the grow bags last year. And I was able to grow white potatoes and sweet potatoes, but they didn't get as large because I planted them too late.
Mm.
But this year, I'm going gusto for everything. Any and everything I could put. I got 2 of they 20 by 40s. I got 2 of them. Then I
Oh,
got the grow bag. So now I've got my dirt from Walmart. It's out on the patio. My grandson's coming this week and we're going to garden.
Right. Oh
Mhm.
my gosh, you fancy, Miss Gracie.
Yeah, I love to eat.
Oh,
I'm
isn't
like
that
you, I love fresh vegetables, you know. So I figure if I can grow them myself, they're so expensive in the stores. Grow it yourself and you don't have to pay all that money.
That is so true.
Mhm.
That is so true. Yes.
Mm.
What I really want to try too. That sounds amazing, Miss Gracie. And
You're
now that you have,
inspiration.
that you can share the gardening with your grandson. Sounds like a
Yeah.
lovely time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was about to say that sounds like a great family, a friend, a community activity. You know, everyone's got to eat, and
Yeah. I'm gonna grow enough to share with my neighbors this year.
Oh, I love that, Gracie. You're so thoughtful. We appreciate that so much, Gracie. Let us know. Take some
Mhm.
pictures too. Let us know, okay?
And Chenelyn, I did a cabbage like you were telling the celery. I got cabbage in that growing. So I'm gonna try to cut it like it's got roots all the way around.
Hey,
Chop it in like 4 pieces and plant it and see can I get a head of cabbage from each one.
okay, there, wow.
Mhm.
Ah,
I can
oh,
see why, I can see you be, why you're the master garden.
Yeah, like yeah.
Gracie, you just shocked me with that. Cutting into 4 pieces and making 4 heads
Yeah,
of
it's
cabbage out
got
of
roots
what?
all the way around it. So I'm gonna chop it in the everywhere I can get a root, and then I'm gonna separate it and put it in the ground and see if they'll grow.
Wow, yep, trial and
Mhm.
error.
Mhm.
Well, I'm
What I
wait.
really
Kudos
want
to
to
you.
do is when I really want to grow a lemon tree. I've always wanted to take the seeds from a lemon and just
Mhm.
put in a container and see what happens.
Mhm. Mhm. They'll grow.
They will?
My
Okay.
sister and I grew them to about 3 feet, but I could never get them to produce. But they would grow. We had them at 3 and 4 feet here in the house. But they smell like a lemon, but they would never produce a lemon. And we had orange trees too, but we couldn't get them to produce.
But they're
Mm.
really pretty,
Mhm.
even if they don't produce, just just a nice foliage around the house.
And they're very fragrant.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
It says lemon trees typically take 3 to 5 years to begin producing fruit.
Maybe that's why we were
Oh
so
wow.
Yeah.
impatient. We
Okay.
threw them out
Yes.
after a year too.
But some of them may potentially take 7 to 15 years. So
Oh,
Wow.
it's like a half generation thing sometimes. But if it says especially those grown from grafts. So if you
okay.
graft a lemon tree, that's sooner, 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, I'll start another one. I've got plenty of room in here and put it in a big container and let it grow for about 3 or 4 years and see if I get something.
Yeah, graft it. Don't
Oh.
get it from a seed because seed it says 7 to 15 years. If you graft it,
Mhm.
it'll be sooner.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. That sounds very intense.
Mhm.
I don't know if I have the time to dedicate for that lemon tree. Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't like waiting. Yeah.
It'll be here forever, Gracie.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing. I love
Yeah.
everything that you shared, Gracie. You shocked
Okay.
me, and I love that.
Okay then.
Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yeah, you too.
Mm-hmm. Any other quick questions, comments? I think I seen a hand, but the question may have been answered. So I hope that's the case. Any other thoughts, questions, comments? Oh no, no, no!
I know. I'm just
No,
saying.
you're
I'm
gonna.
just saying that in the comment. Oh no, Miss Ann. No, no, no.
We're gonna
Yeah.
be here for a very long time because we're like flowers, you know. I saw this quote here, but or this video one day, but flowers are, meant to be in the moment. So,
Right.
don't try to keep them growing forever, right? Just like things and people and situations in our life, they come for a season. So we just gotta appreciate it while it's here.
Oh,
Okay?
that's beautiful, Alex.
When I heard that,
Mhm.
that message, I was like, that's so beautiful. Because some people try to want to keep flowers for a very, very long time, but you just kind
Mhm.
of have to enjoy it what it is and let it live, and then, and then you'll get another one. So,
Right. That's also a gentle reminder to stay in the present and appreciate the beauty around us.
right. So if someone said the plant, not passed away, but it passed away, and you enjoyed it while it was there. You saw it grow a little bit, so that was the beauty in that. So. Okay, we got 2 more hands, and then I think we'll hear from final thoughts. And I really appreciate all of your questions and all of your thoughts today, you guys. Hi, Miss Wade. Do you have a question or comment, reaction for Chenelyn today?
Yes, I just wanted to say thank you so much. Her gardening tips are very helpful. The other is a comment about seedlings, growing plants, food from seeds. I've been saving the green pepper seeds and I've started to see some growing, and it takes a lot of them. So every time I have a green pepper, take the seeds out, sit them aside, let them dry out, and now I've planted some and they're coming up. They came up before the ones I actually purchased in the store. So the seedlings from the store no longer around. Also, the mango, avocado, and the tops of pineapples. I sort of call it my own at-home science projects, just to see if they'll do anything. So I have 3 actual plantings from pineapple that have become plants.
I love that, Miss Terry. That's the beauty of gardening. Thank you for that reminder, is that, just plant something and see what happens, right? That's the beauty of it. It's also part of the journey. I love that you're growing the pineapple. I've actually never tried that before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, Miss Terry, for sharing. I really appreciate it so much.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you enjoy the session today.
I have.
And our last hand for today is from Janelle and Bridget. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming.
Yes, doing well. Hi, Chenelyn. I always enjoy your plant sessions. I got on a little late, but that's okay. I had my backyard and my front yard had overgrown. So Cassandra was very helpful by lending me her grandson to come over and cut my grass. So as he cut the grass, I saw all the flowers that had started coming out on their own, you know. And right now I got lilies growing up along the fence line. They're so fragrant and pretty. Some yellow lilies. They're really tall too. They're up to about my chest. I've got out front, I got the cannas coming out, and I have amaryllis out front, and my irises had come and gone. So they're come and gone, and I'm getting ready to plant daisies. And I got a Sandra Edwards. Me and her had bought some lotus seeds to see if they would grow. So far, I cracked them, and I got like 2 sprouts I put 6 seeds in the water. But those things take a lot because you got to change the water every day. And it's okay. I'm just wanting to see what happens. But like I said, I enjoy gardening, and I got a very extensive planting thing. I got Rosa Sharon growing out there. I got some sunflower seeds. I haven't planted them yet, and I know they take a while to grow, so I should have been planted them. But like I said, I couldn't get the lawnmower started so I can have some free space, and I didn't want to go out there and just dig a little hole in a little space. I wanted to have a lot of them. But I'm very inspired by your garden up there. I would like to one day just drive by and take a look and see.
Yeah, please do. And you're not too late with the sunflowers. I mean, you can I'm actually surprised, like this one here, the gardener said she didn't plant it. So she thinks that maybe like one of the seeds from somewhere had migrated over. But now is the perfect time to grow sunflowers. You can even grow them in June and July, and they'll sprout out, and if you plant it now, you'll have them for the summer. If you do it midsummer, they'll still be warm enough for the fall. So no, plant the sunflowers.
What about the daisies? I got daisies, and I have some black-eyed Susans I want to put out.
Oh, but in seeds, yes, I would do it now. Yeah, the black-eyed Susans are going to be great. They're so beautiful. We have some here, I believe.
Yeah, all my plants I plant, I make sure they come back every year because I hate keep going back to the market. But I love a lot of pansies. I like those things. And marigolds and stuff like that. Marigolds come back, believe it or not. They will come back if you let them seed. I enjoy gardening.
It's so therapeutic, you're working with your hands, yeah, I like it too. It's calming. For me, my favorite part is watering. I come here in the early morning or in the evening, and I have my headphones on. I just listen to my music, and I, water my garden plot, and it's just so relaxing to me, and just kind of, in my little zone meditating.
Yeah. I don't let my husband give me the phone when I'm outside. Don't give me the phone. I'm in my space.
Right, yeah.
And he's looking at me like I lost my mind. He doesn't know all the flowers. He doesn't care, but it's like, okay, you're out there all day. Come on in before you get sunstroke. I'll be out there all day playing in the dirt. But thank you
My
so
goodness.
much for coming in.
Yes, my pleasure, Miss Bridget.
Okay.
Bridget,
Hey, Alex.
thank you for making us laugh. I appreciate it so much. Have a good
Thank
rest of your
you.
day.
Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm. Well, Chenelyn, it's about an hour after. And I think before we have final thoughts, I did, again want to highlight again some of the things that you shared today. So especially the flyer that you shared for that veggie giveaway. I mean, if it's, if it's free and accessible, then please take advantage of this month-long whole shebang. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes.
Because it's three different spots, places, areas, times, days, so it's convenient. So, try to take advantage as much as you can, just, a dollar saved today and a dollar saved tomorrow really does add up. So, just take those veggies, propagate them, eat some of them, propagate them, or grow some of them, and to even have more and to save even more money and have more beautiful and fresh produce. So please make sure you all take advantage. And as a surprise to our seniors, I didn't let them know that I was going to do this. And as a thank you to you, Chenelyn, I know you mentioned again the gardens today and that folks are still planting. We would love, and I would love to offer you two wildflower mix bags for your
Ooh,
community garden. So maybe one for yourself and maybe one for Miss Vanessa or someone else. And we
yes. Oh
love
my
for you.
gosh.
We love for you to plant these in honor of, our partnership and our seniors today, as well. And earlier this month, we did, unfortunately, did lose one of our seniors, Mr. Harold. So he loved irises, but we loved to also, honor him and all of our other fallen seniors with some of these wildflower mixes. So we have two of these for you. So next time I see you, these are some perennials. We'd love to provide you these and to see them grow. So
Oh my gosh, this is so touching. First and foremost, my condolences to you all. I did have the pleasure of having Mr. Harold come to a few sessions before, and he always had great, thoughtful insights. And so it's never easy to lose a loved one, and I'm sure a few of you are very close to him. So, I hope the memories that we all share of him and just the support that we have for each other, bring some type of comfort to each of us during this difficult time. And these are wonderful. This is perfect. Thank you so much, Alex. I think we will plant these. Something that we've talked about at our community garden is beautification around the fence line. And so I think these would be beautiful to plant outside the fence line as you come into the gate. So that's where I believe I'm going to plant them.
thank you so much. We have again, these were a gift to me, and I think this would just signal and show us, how beauty can grow out of just some seedlings, and I think that's the relationship we built with each other and our seniors, and these great tips today just showcased our love for gardening and how we all can come together. So this again was a surprise to our seniors, and we hope you enjoy and to share the love and of flowers and gardening with everyone. So thank you so much for that. Any final thoughts for the session today? Main points, final thoughts on what you heard today, maybe your favorite tip. And we really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah. No final thoughts is it's not too late to garden. So, put things in there, start small. I love Miss Ann's tip of, small plants can really yield big produce. So don't be afraid to just try. And thank you all for sharing your tips. It's always fun. And I look forward to our next session.
Let's all say thank you to Chenelyn, and let's hope she plants these and send us pictures
I
too.
will.
And we hope you love the idea and the thought of our beautiful flowers from Chenelyn. Let's say thank you so much, and Chenelyn, a wonderful rest of your day. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Thank you,
Chenelyn.
Miss
Thank
Chenelyn.
Thank you,
you.
Chenelyn.
Thank
Much.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.